Can I use that? The
What?
Palo Santos? Is that allowable or no?
The what?
The Palo Santos?
The Palo Santos.
Yeah. You know this is Peruvian? Good energy.
Oh, yeah, go
Is that
ahead.
cool?
It's gonna make the thing very foggy, bro.
No. I'm not gonna go crazy.
It is, bro. I put it on the other day. Like,
Nah,
the
you don't
whole
know,
room
you're
was...
not Peruvian, right? So you don't know how to do it like
Sorry.
that. And it's okay. That's fine.
I apologize to anyone who might have offended.
Alright. I'll let this know. You know, also low key,
Yeah.
in the summer and shit, this is good for like mosquitoes and shit too.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That is true.
You gonna need extra.
Okay. Got ourselves a guava juice.
Okay. Again. Love you, bro. Thank you for this. Oh, yo. I'm gonna put my phone on airplane mode.
Yeah, mine too.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I think we're good.
Yeah. Oh, I can't put in.
Yeah, you need it, right?
I need. Yeah.
Did it stop?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's a good clip to have. This is good.
I can't put on. I can't be on with silent.
It's
mode.
better. I like that we had that because now we have that clip separately. I look like a guru though.
You do still.
My guavi?
No, it's still recording, but you only stop it though.
Oh no, keep it going then.
Okay, it's still recording.
Okay,
Just my
bet.
phone was just not connected.
Okay, bet. Okay. Good. Clip it on the thing.
You want me to stop and start again?
Loud. Clip it on the thing.
I don't know if it's gonna reach, my nigga.
Can you
Or you want me to?
put it up maybe? Bet. Oh, so this too? Magnet, eh? How crazy is that?
Mm.
Okay, make sure I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we got some children.
It's all good.
Hold on, sorry. I'm not trying to leave you. I'm gonna dab you up first. I'm gonna dab you up first.
I'm gonna be dramatic and cheers you.
Okay. Just give me a second. Damn, bro.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
I really do believe this is gonna hit like an hour minimum.
I'm here, bro.
You know?
As long as you let me know when you down to fly.
And I'm not
With the I don't know if I fuck with the white strap, but
what's up? Man, it's fine.
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
Well, as
you know,
long as it doesn't die.
it's never gonna die. It's not gonna die.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. We're good. We're technology.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers to the most high.
To the first, and let this be, you know, everything that we desire to be and more.
Appreciate that.
May this one set the tone for the rest of your wonderful journey that you're about to start. You know what I'm saying?
Tap it? Is it
In
good?
Jesus Christ's name. Amen. I mean, bro, it should be fine.
Okay, yeah, seems good.
Yeah.
I'm bugging. Alright,
You're good, bro.
so,
We're here, huh?
tell me where you got the nickname Prince from.
Oh, that's where we're gonna start?
Whatever.
Okay. So, yeah, my nickname is Prince. Well, you're not gonna say my name? Like, do they know who I like? Who I
Okay,
am?
what is your
Like-
name and how did you get the nickname
Yeah,
Prince?
bro, I know you're new to this, but let's,
Okay.
okay. So, my name is Yvon. I go by Yvon D. Ossa personally, professionally for director stuff. And my nickname is Prince. So, Prince Eve, really. But Prince, the reason why I got that is because I started as an actor in high school. Okay, first of all, so I was kind of like a fob when I came here because I'm not from here. I was born in Cameroon. And then when I came here, I could barely speak English. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know like the mannerisms of like North America. And I started watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I was watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and like I just started mimicking Will Smith, you know what I'm saying? For everything that he was doing. And I'm like, yo, like this guy is sick. And I mimicked him so much in my day-to-day life, like the way that I was talking, the way I was moving, that people are like, bro, you remind me of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm like, oh, word? So then they're like, yeah, you're the Fresh Prince of Barhaven. That's like where I grew up, you know? I'm like,
in Cameroon or
no. So Barhaven is in Ottawa.
Okay.
So I came here. I was now in North America. You know what I'm saying? And I was acting a lot like Will Smith, and I also wanted to be an actor, and I was doing theater, and I was doing all that. So they're like, bro, like, you're like the prince of Bel Air, or the Prince of Bel Air, but like the Prince of Ottawa, basically. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, but Prince of Ottawa was a little much, so I just Prince stuck. And then from that day on, like, I was just like, yo, Prince, and then, you know. And then when I came here to Toronto for university, I met one of my boys, Jamie, you know Jamie, and he was kind of like, yo, like we were talking about our names, our nicknames and all that, and I'm like, oh yeah, my nickname's Prince, like they call me Prince, you know? And he's like, bro, like, you're in Toronto, like, go by your nickname, like, you know what I'm saying? That's how everyone does here. And then I was like, oh, okay, true. And then that's how a lot more people started calling me Prince, and then, you know, that stuck.
Do you prefer Yvonne or Prince?
You know what's so crazy? I feel like they divided my personality a bit. Like, Prince is like...
Like a Just Samantha?
Yeah, type shit. So, like, Prince is like the royalty, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to say cocky, but like that guy, you know what I'm saying. And then the way that I was in university, it became that thing. It's like, okay, when Prince is like I'm not a player, but like they're like, you know, the guy that talks to women, the guy's da, and Yvonne is like, you know, the sweet, like the caring, you know what I'm saying. Like it kind of split my personality in two, and I feel like after I noticed that, I try to merge the two a bit more. So I'm cool with either. Like Prince is my name. It became my name, and Yvonne is my name. But I feel like I respect Yvonne because like it's like you're talking to me, if that makes sense. But I feel like my friends or people closest to me, when they call me Yvonne, like I appreciate it because like, you know, they're talking to me. But like people that I just met or whatever, I say Prince because like you don't really know me like that to like call me by my, you know what I mean. I feel like it was two different people.
Do you get cheese when people call you Ivan?
I do get cheese when people call me Ivan, yeah. Because that's not my name, you know what I'm saying?
Real quick for anxiety-wise, we're recording, right?
Yeah, it's recording, bro.
Okay. Did you get into acting or directing first?
I got into acting first. So I became an actor. I was an actor. I became an actor or a professional. Let me restart. So in high school, I did theater. Right? Because I remember I always wanted to be an actor, but I wasn't really doing anything in that sense. And then one of my friends was like, bro, you're saying you want to be an actor. Like, join the theater group. Like, join the drama. I'm like, I want to do TV. I don't want to do, you know, theater, da. But I'm like, bro, fuck it. Like, I'm going to try it out. I tried it out. It was cool, you know, because I was actually acting again for once. Because I always said I want to be an actor, but I wasn't really doing anything. And then I did theater for a bit. And then at 16, I got my first agent in Ottawa. And my sister was an actress first, actually, and then I just joined her agency. And then, yeah, so I became an actor. I booked my first thing when I was 16. I did that for a bit. And then when I came here in 2017, I came for directing. I went to York University for film production. Because then my dad was kind of like, oh, like, don't go to school for acting. Like, that's not really a thing, you know what I'm saying? Learn to make this stuff, create your own stuff, like, be your own man, you know? So, because he always says, like, don't put your life in someone else's hands, right? So he's like, bro, if you become a director, if you become the person that's creating the stuff, you don't have to wait for other people. Because acting, you're waiting for people to give you roles, jobs, and all that. So, yeah, bro, we did that for a bit, and then directing just stuck. I remember in grade 12, me and my friends rewrote and directed a play for school. And that was the first time that I directed, right? So we wrote the play, and then we found the people, put them all together. We were, you know, running the show and whatnot. And then I remember I have this one scene in my mind where I was trying to get this actor to do this specific thing for such a long time, and he wasn't really getting it in the way that I was envisioning in my mind. And then after a while, he did it, and I remember jumping up. I'm like, beautiful, you know, and everyone was laughing like, like he got what he wanted. But that moment for me was like, yo, like this is amazing, you know, when you can finally, when something in your mind comes to reality, and you can, you know, the way that you worded and the way that you talked to the actor made him like do like the emotion that you needed and all those things, and you know, it just looks so amazing. And that's when I fell in love with directing. I'm like, yeah, bro, this is it. Like, you know, I'm a director now. Did you already know you were gonna go into directing? Like, did you start off acting? So how did you make the decision to go to York for directing? Yeah, so I talked a bit about it. Like I think it was my dad, bro. I think he has a very like big impression on me. and I always thought I wanted to be an actor, right? But then when it was time to go to university, funny enough, I was gonna go to university for electrical engineering. That's what I was gonna do, because like in an African household, when you say you want to be an artist and all that, they kind of look at you a little bit funny. But for some reason, bro, I remember this day, my dad just had like, I guess, an awakening of sorts, and he kind of came into my room and he's like, "Yo, like I see that you're not happy, right? The thing in my life, like I need you to be happy. I need you to be, content. So if you want to be an actor, if you want to be in this industry, then do that, and I'll be behind you 100% as long as you're working, as long as you hustle. If you don't work, we won't be cool. But if you work, I'll be behind you all the way." And he kind of told me, he's like, "Okay, but I don't want you to go to school for acting, because that's not really to him. Like, that's not really a thing. Like you can do that wherever. You don't need to go to school for that. If you're gonna go to school to learn to do it, right? Become."
So he was the one who put, like, you didn't have the idea of directing before?
Never,
that?
bro.
Word.
I wanted to be an actor, and my dad was the one that was like, "Bro, no, be the man that creates the stuff." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I even remember one time, just talking off of that. I remember one time I was on a train going back home, cause like I lived in Ottawa, but a bunch of auditions was in Toronto, so I would take the train all the time to like come down to Toronto, just like to like, yeah, to do my auditions and whatnot for like acting gigs. And one time I was on the train going back home, and a lady stopped me and she said, "Oh, like who are you? Like, what are you trying to do?" And I'm like, "Oh, next year I'm going to go to school for directing. I'm an actor, but I'm going to go for directing." And she looks at me and she's like, "No, I think you're a director." And bro, I got cheesed. Random shorty, random girl, bro. And then to this day, like my dad's like, "Oh, that was an angel of God," you know what I'm saying? But she looks at me, bro. She's like, "No, you're a director." And I was mad though, because I'm like, "What do you mean I'm a director? I'm an actor. Like, no, I'm an actor." But she was so right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still want to be an actor. I'm still doing that, but yeah, directing, I fell in love with it, bro. So.
And then was Toronto always the move in general, or like, did you know you wanted to dip out of Ottawa, or did you feel like, was it for school that you came to Toronto?
It was more so for the industry.
Okay.
Because the industry was more popular here, right? And like I told you, I would travel a lot to come here for auditions and stuff. So in my mind, I'm like, well, like...
So you're going to come to Toronto regardless?
But you know what it is, though? Like, I never had a place in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, this is where I gotta be. It's more so out of necessity. Like, Toronto was just the closest thing to me that was in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just so happens that my parents moved to Ottawa and Toronto was right there. I feel like if we stayed in the States, I would have done something else. If we went to Vancouver, I would have stayed in Vancouver. Like, I don't think I had a specific spot in mind. I'm actually struggling with that right now because I'm like, I don't really care to be in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather be a man of the world, if that makes sense. Just traveling and just experiencing the world. But yeah, it just out of like convenience.
Is there anything in Ottawa right now? I was just there like a month ago.
Yeah.
It's different from when I was a kid, and just all it was is Parliament Hill.
Yeah.
It's a little different now. Is there anything you could do in Ottawa?
I'm gonna be so honest.
You said your
with
agency
you.
was in Ottawa?
My agency was in Ottawa.
Okay.
Yeah, there were a lot of agencies like.
Because everything
around.
is changing right now in Canada in general. But is there
Yeah.
anything that like is somewhat you could do in Ottawa?
Well, in what sense though? You like just in life, like just like
No, in the industry wise.
Oh, copy.
Has it changed since before you came to York?
Yeah, 100%. Ottawa's actually leveling up in a sense that like there's a lot of production that's happening over there, and a bunch of production companies opened up, and like no, Ottawa is definitely is becoming another hub for sure. It's like playing catch up. I wouldn't say it's anywhere near Toronto, obviously, but like no, definitely things are being shot there. Way more than you would think, actually. It's more so even like the Hallmark and stuff. They love shooting in Ottawa, but no, there's a bunch of stuff being done there. Yeah, especially from like independent people. You know what I'm saying? That are like leveling up and trying to be a thing. Yeah, Ottawa's moving up for sure.
Who's your favorite director or directors?
My favorite director right now is Barry Jenkins.
Oh, I'm bugging.
You don't know him, huh?
Maybe if I do.
You watched Moonlight?
Word. Okay.
So that's him.
Okay.
So that's my guy, bro. He has like a way. So there's a phrase that goes like cinéma vérité, which basically means like it's like you shoot. It's like a doc style shooting where the camera.
What's doc style shooting?
So documentary basically where the camera.
Doc style.
Yeah.
Got it.
Where the camera is like another person basically. I say like the camera is another human being, if that makes sense. So you're kind of like moving around as if you're in the world, in the space. You know what I mean? And he's like impeccable at that type of filming, where you feel like you're in the space, looking at someone's talking, be kind of turned to them.
Like a first person type thing.
Well, Well, no, you're still a fly on the wall. You're not like.
I'm saying, like, is it like a first person perspective or no?
No, like like people are not interacting with the camera,
Okay.
but the camera is interacting with the world. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I mean?
Have you ever watched The Weeknd's video, False Alarm? Is that kind of what it is?
No, because it's not. I see what you're talking about, but
What do you mean by like the camera's a person?
like it's like you know how we see the world. How I'm looking at you right now, and I can turn my head and I can look over there. I can do whatever. Like the camera does that. You know how you can watch some movies and like it's a cut. Like we're here and then we're here and then we're here and then we're, you know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
But instead of that, the camera actually moves into the space.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's like really good at like making it you grounded, making it feel like we're experiencing the world with the characters. So when they move, we move. When they stop, the camera like jitters. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we feel like we're a part of the place. So that's the type of filmmaking that I love to do. You know what I'm saying? The type that invites people into the minds of the characters, into the world that I'm creating, and we're kind of just living there. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Any other directors? Any directors overseas? Any female directors that you're a fan of?
Any female directors that I'm a fan of? Well, Karina Evans, actually, she's from Toronto. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of hers. I'm a very big fan of hers, and she does more TV. She's a TV filmmaker. If anything, she started as a music director. She was director at Access Prodigy actually. So she started as a music director, and then she kind of grew and evolved and became a TV director and all that. But I love her journey as a person, as an individual, as an artist. Like I feel like Barry Jenkins being like the top of the top that I'm trying to achieve. Like she's like my next bar. You know what I'm saying? Like she's on the road to like whatever it is I want to become, and I really appreciate her for as a human being. To be fair, you know what I'm saying? Like the way that she interacts with the world. From my perspective of her, obviously I don't think I know her as much as I would want to, but I had interactions with her and all that, and but she's an amazing human being, and I love the way that she interacts with the world and interacts with her artistry. Yeah.
Any foreign or directors overseas?
There's a director, and Alfonso Cuarón. So he's another director that I'm also in love with, and I think when I started learning, he's from Mexico, so not always. I don't know if you consider that overseas.
You pointed at me.
No,
that's a little crazy.
No, I meant
you pointed at me as a little crazy.
That's not what I meant. I meant because you said overseas, so I'm like, well, he's not really overseas. He's like downstairs, if anything.
Anybody in Europe? Any Asian directors? Any
Asian directors? There's a director called Edson Oda. Edson Oda, I think is his name. But he did a movie called 9 Days. Have you heard of 9 Days?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised Idrissa didn't talk to you about it.
No.
9 Days so he made a movie in 2022. And 9 Days is a film that basically involves so basically people when spirits die, they kind of interact with their handler basically, and then the whole movie's about couple spirits. They have to prove to their handler why they should be reborn, right? And only one person is reborn, so you have up to 9 days to convince this handler that you should be the one to get reborn. And every day someone gets eliminated until there's one person left. It's a beautiful story, bro. Oh my god. So I really appreciate it, not so much for the way that he films, but the story. You know what I'm saying? I love story, bro. I love story and experience, and the way that just the story itself is such a beautiful story. You know what I'm saying? And then it talks about the human experience. I love anything that talks about the human experience. So yeah, he will be a director that I'm like, bro, you're cool.
Is that film? What country from Asia is he from?
Oof.
Well, is the movie is in his native tongue? Is in his language?
No, it's in English.
Are there any movies that you like or you're a big fan of that are in Spanish, in Japanese, in Korean?
Well, Alfonso Cuarón does a lot of his movies in Spanish. So I'm blanking on the name now. Mama Tu, something of that nature, bro. I'm blanking on the name now, but I really love that movie, and that's
Would you ever do a movie in French?
It's so weird because French is my first language, but I've talked, or when I was learning English, I was putting so much emphasis on English that my French kind of took a back, it went to the back burner. So because of that, I would, but I think I'd have to like live in a French speaking country for like a minute before I can tackle it.
If you had like a whole French team?
I would. I definitely would. But I think that I just have to relearn my culture and relearn the language before I can even tackle something of that nature. Because right now I'm so much more comfortable with English. You know what I'm saying? Than French. But yeah, I would though. And I think it'd be so cool. I think I could find another version of myself for sure. Working. Because
you're a different person.
There you go.
I feel like too, when I went back to Peru, it's been so long that I tapped into that culture where, like I said, I'm Martin, I'm MzM. There's so many faces to me, but I wasn't Martin in a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be, it's just you're a different person.
Yeah.
And you think differently. And people who, so French was your first language?
French is my first
Do
language.
you dream in French or do you dream in English?
So I dream in pictures. I don't know.
No words?
Nah.
I mean, no audio? Nothing?
Not really.
Oh, you're
but
one
if
of
it,
those.
but if it is audio, like I think in English.
Yeah.
I think in English.
Because I know friends like my Middle Eastern friends, they'll dream in Arabic. Even though like all I know is them speaking English, they dream in it. My mom, I asked her, like, no, I dream in Spanish. I'm like, well, that's crazy. I never really thought about it like that.
Yeah, no, my mind completely switched. It's English now.
Okay, yeah.
I can I can switch it myself, but I have to make a conscious effort.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Like right now, you wouldn't know, you're not in my head. But like I switched in my head. In my head, I was like, tu vois? Which in French was like...
Because you and Idrissa always, you guys will tap into it. You guys will always stand up.
If I'm around a French-speaking person and I talk for like a minute or two, like my brain switches and then I'm more comfortable speaking in French with them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like whoever I'm around, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm around this English-speaking person, like it'll be English. But then if I'm around a French person, like it'll switch. My brain will switch and then I'm in the French mode. With my family, I speak French, right? With my grandma, she only speaks French. So like when I speak to them, like it's the French brain that comes out, and like I forget some words a lot because I'm not practicing. But yeah, français est là, frère, c'est là.
when we did the Express film, I remember this one guy. He was showing love after the screening, and he brought up your some films that you had that I low-key never watched. But he was bringing up how you had like he's like Yvonne does like a certain shots or he does like a certain. I didn't know what he was talking about, but he said there's some sort of like nuance or continuity in your films. I feel like some directors have like a signature, how they film, what they use, lighting, things like that. Like, do you know, I was put onto this by someone I knew, like, do you know Pedro? Spanish director from Spain, Pedro something, I can't remember his name.
No, I don't think so, no.
I know he uses, like, incorporates color, like red a lot. You know what I mean? Do you have, like, a certain signature, or you're looking for, like, a certain signature in how you shoot things, or, like, how you try to put things out?
So, like, I have a mentor. I have a couple mentors, actually. And one of my mentors, Jeremy, I think Powedeski or something, his last name is, forgive me, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But he's one of my mentors that watched all my films. And there's a thing that's being, like, as an artist, you need a voice. You need your own personal voice. That's the only thing that distincts you from, everybody else in the world. And that's a thing that I think as an emerging artist, you cultivate that voice. You know what I'm saying? And get it stronger and get it better. So when people watch your stuff, like, oh my God, that's him. So I'm in the mindset that, like, I'm trying to figure out my voice right now. But he hit him when he watched my stuff. He told me that you have a voice. It's already there. And funny enough, he told me that Express didn't showcase my voice, and he was disappointed, because he's like, you said you didn't watch my other films, but I have a very poetic way of filming stuff, and I had divided it in my mind where I'm like, well, the poetic stuff is for the poetic stuff, and the fiction is for fiction, or the stories are for stories. And he kind of told me, well, no, like your voice is that fluidity, that poeticness. You know what I'm saying? So find a way to merge the two. So if anything, I think that would be my voice, like going back to like the cinéma vérité and like the way that the camera moves and all that. Like I would love to be I am a very fluid artist, and I think my films, or the voice that I'm trying to cultivate, has that fluidity to it. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of like dancing around the scene with the characters and all that. Or I don't know if you remember this, But in one of the scenes in Express, when you walk in at the store and we're with you, and then we follow you over here, and then so that's, I think, is my style, where I move with the characters, I move with the space.
That's what the guy was talking about. Something how you move with.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's what I'm trying to cultivate a bit more. That fluidity of like camera movements, and yeah, bro. So yeah, I guess that's my voice. Yeah.
How long was Express in the works for? And yeah, how did you come to cultivate all that?
Yeah, bro. So I mean, I feel like every time that I write a story, I'm like, it's like a lesson that I'm learning at the time. Like I feel like I realize that that's the way that I work. When I sit down to write a story, it talks about like my life and what I'm doing at the moment, and at that time in my life, and especially right now, I think one of the lessons that I'm learning is, one, patience, but two, balance, work-life balance. Because like I was an extreme workaholic. I still kind of am, but like it kind of calmed down a bit more. You know what I'm saying? I was an extreme workaholic, and I'm obsessed with making it now, right? And I realized, looking around, social media and all that, that's like the story that's being pushed upon us a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's like the hustle culture. Now, it's a hustle culture, and to grab it now. And then these days when so many people seem like they're making it out of nowhere, everybody wants to make it out of nowhere too. And I fell into that trap where I'm like, bro, like I'm 25 now, but at the time that I wrote this, I was 23, and I was like obsessed with this idea that I wasn't where I wanted to be yet. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's and then I had a lot of my friends. I had my ex at the time, and I had all these people that were telling me like, bro, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. But like when you're in that mindset, you don't want to hear that shit. Like, what do you mean I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be? No, bro, I don't have the accolades, I don't have the money, I don't have the this, I don't have the that. I can't help my family like I want to. Like I'm not where I'm not where I want to be. And I feel like all that in my mind was kind of brewing. When the time came to write my next piece, that's what flooded into the story, right? And funny enough, the first story, Express, the first draft of it was about someone that worked in construction, and their mother just passed. So they worked in construction, and their mother just passed, and they weren't taking the time to breathe. They just went right back to work, you know what I'm saying? And forgetting about everyone was kind of telling them, yo, take the time to, chill, relax. You can only, just chill and relax. And they just did not want to hear it. And that now evolved and became more deeper into, again, a person like going for the job, and it became what it became today. But I want to say the first draft, I wrote it probably in 2021, bro. The first draft I wrote it 2021.
How do you change as a writer, as someone who has like a vision for what it's going to be? How do you go from construction and what we did was like so different from that.
Yeah.
So what's the process in that?
Experience, bro. Experience begets evolution. But experience, bro. I feel like, so I wrote that thing in 2021 because there's a Soul House. That's so funny. So Soul House was doing a contest where they're like, okay, like we have a theme, write a story about this theme, and then we'll pick like the best 2 or 3 to like create it. So their theme was stillness. And in my mind, I'm like, well, how can I flip stillness? I was like, okay, well, movement. Their theme was moving forward, moving forward. And I was like, well, how can I flip that? And in my mind, I'm like, well, sometimes the only way to move forward is to take a step back. That was where my mind went. So then that's why I wrote the story about this guy that is so eager to like work, like to keep working, keep grinding. But sometimes to make progress, you got to take a step back and realize what's happening, and then, move forward. So that was really the essence of the story. And then in 2020, I wrote that in 2021. I didn't get Soul House. And then in 2022, I was working with X on Robyn Hood. So then, all that came into me. I grew as an individual too, you know what I'm saying, with my work, with my whatever. And then working on the Director X and seeing the projects that he was working on, and all that, and the scale and like the grandeur and like the strength of it all. I could feel that my project was not really, there was no like heart in it. I just wrote a story. Like, I know nothing about construction. I know nothing about losing a mother. Like I still have my mom. I still have I love like my deep loved ones in my life. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people that died, but like I feel like my parents have done such a good job, or that it could be taken. It depends on the way that you look at it, but I think they've really protected us from the negativity of the world. You know what I'm saying? When we were growing up, that I never really felt the burden of like anything really. You know what I'm saying? So you can now say like, oh, that probably made me. It probably helped me for the best or stunned my growth. It depends on how you want to look at it. But they really like protected us. You know what I'm saying? I have a very like a privileged and protected mindset of the world just because of the way that my parents like raised me. So after I started like, you know, living by myself and really seeing the world, and people were trying to warn me like, bro, like people are not that nice. I was like, well, I've only known nice people, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of like rude awakening that would come. But then all of that in me, and me and my ex, when we were talking at the time, I told you I was like really obsessed with my work, and she kind of told me, bro, chill, like you're doing what you're supposed to do. And when the time came to now rewrite it to give more earth, I put more of myself in it, right? So now I talked about a person that, you know, is grinding to become whatever he wants to become. And then you, Martin, or Jonathan, funny enough, these two mindsets that were stuck in my mind, this mindset that you need to grind and this mindset that you need to relax, kind of battled. And I used the page as a way to write it. So you became the part of me that says, yo, chill. And Tariq became the part of me that was like, no, you got to grind.
I got goals.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really, like just experience.
Do you do all your writing on laptop, or do you do anything pen and paper with like ideas?
Nah, not pen and paper. I got my note app. So whenever things pop into my mind, I write in the notes in my note app. And then when I cultivate a story, I think about the beats, where I want the story to go, where it's gonna go, what's gonna happen. And then once I have the outline, I just jump into writing, bro. I just jump into writing and let the story flow out of me and figure out whatever it is. When it comes to short stories, I usually write it in one sitting. I don't like coming back. Cause like when you're in the zone, right? But then feature films, I realized, bro, it took me my first draft of my feature film, it took me 3 months to write it. I'll tell myself, bro, do minimum 10 pages a day, right? Or not a day, sorry, a week, right? And then, as you move on, if you do minimum 10 pages a week, yeah, bro, in the 3 months, or a little bit less than 3 months, I was done the first draft. And then that was in 2022. And then I didn't touch it. And then now I'm on the 5th draft finally here in 2024. But yeah.
You mentioned you've had a few mentors. You mentioned Jeremy something from Ottawa?
No, LA.
Okay, word. Yeah. And then you mentioned X.
Yeah.
How did that start? How did you meet director X? How did you start working with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, just start with that.
Yeah, how did I meet him? Funny enough, bro. The first time that I met him in person, I didn't know who he was, you know? Nah, I didn't know who he was, bro. Like, that's the thing about me. Fun fact, when I was little...
Little X.
But that was funny. When I was little, I remember there's a moment in my life where you can integrate into pop culture and like the culture of the world, or you can like, I guess, shift into a different mindset. And I remember specifically, bro, there's a day that I told myself, like, people were talking about all these celebrities and all that I didn't know because I'm not from here. And then it clicked. I'm like, well, bro, like, they don't know me, so why should I know them? That was my mindset as a kid. So then from that moment on, I didn't care to remember anybody, bro. If I don't know you, I don't know you, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? But then now it's a flawed thing because now I'm not involved in the culture because I just don't know these people because I never cared to know these people when I was a kid, and that became a pattern. So then now as I grow up, I just don't know people because I never built that brain to remember like da 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 da. But so Director X, he's a music video director. I didn't really watch music videos like that growing up. You know what I'm saying?
This guy did everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody.
No, he did, and I didn't know that. I didn't even realize. You know what I'm saying? So
everybody.
So I was on the set of Ali Gatti as an actor. Yeah, and he was a director, obviously, and Shai. Funny enough, that's when I met Shai for the first time. And Shai was sitting next to me because she was also on that set. And she's like, oh, Director X is directing this this music video. I'm like, oh, Director X, like, who's that? You don't know Director X? He's done Drake, he's done Rihanna, he's done da. I'm like, oh, what? He's a cool director? I'm gonna go talk to him. So then I just walked up to him, and at that time, maybe like 2 days ago, I had just dropped my first film ever that I've made with Idrissa, called Time and Space. So I dropped that 2 days ago, and I'm on set now with Director X. So I walk up to him like, hey, Director X, like, I know you're busy, but I'm a director. You know what I'm saying? I'd love for you to check out this short film that I made a couple of days ago. Let me know what you think. And he's like, yeah, sure. He grabbed my phone and he started watching it. And I was actually surprised. I'm like, wait, no way, you're actually sitting here watching this thing. You know what I'm saying? But he started watching it. And then, bro, the first AD comes and yo, get back to work. I was like, and then X was like, kind of like, this is good. And he gave it back to me, you know? And I'm walking away. He's like, oh, were you talking to the boss? I'm like, yeah, fam, I was. He's like, sorry, bro. There'll be better times. There'll be more times. You know there's not going to be more times, bro.
Who said that? Who said that?
It's the first AD that shushed me away. So then I go back to my seat or whatever. I'm kind of chilling. And X comes to me. And he's like, yo, nah, you have the eye. Keep it up. You know, and I'm like, bro, I appreciate you saying that. Listen, bro, I love to like shadow you and just learn from you and all that. And it's like, you got me on Instagram? Get me on Instagram. Like, well, this is the hustle, kid. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk. Get me on Instagram. So I followed him on Instagram, right? And I DM'd him like, yo, X, you know, it was love meeting you, da. Like, I'd love, you know, to connect, to shadow you and all that. No response, bro.
I'm listening.
Yeah. No response, bro. So then I'm like, cool. I just gotta work harder. You know what I'm saying? So then now I'm chilling. Couple months go by, and I see him at a talk. You know, at this panel. He's doing a panel.
A house?
No, like a panel. He's doing a panel somewhere.
No, I'm saying at house, like X house.
Yes. Yeah, were you there?
No, but I heard about it.
Yeah, no. So I seen him there. And I saw him, he didn't see me. But then I DM'd him again. I'm like, yo, I just saw your panel. It was amazing. You know what I'm saying? I love to connect again, da. No response. Like, love, bro. Gotta work harder. And then another month or so later, I was a part of a program called Oya Media Group. It's now as emerging film directors, basically. It was a program that I joined this is 2019, mind you. Yeah, 2019. And we had a guest speaker that day. Guess what the guest speaker was? Director X. So then now I see him. He sees me. He's like, bro, you're that kid from Aligati. I'm like, yeah, that's me. We got a lot to talk about. So I'm here. You know what I said? Let's talk. We do the thing. We do the panel. He talks about Robyn Hood. He's like, yo, I'm working on a thing right now. Da. I'm trying to figure this out. Like, this is what I'm working on. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. He's about to leave now. And I'm like, yo, X, like, remember you said we are going to talk. He's like, I got to go, but just DM me. But now you see him, like, bro, like, are you going to check your DMs? Yeah, for sure. He goes home. I DM him. No response. And then the next day, he posts a story. He posts an Instagram post, right? So I go on the Instagram post. I'm like, yo, Director X, like, remember what we talked about, please. You know what I'm saying? And he finally now looks at my DM. He checks my DM. He sees all my shit. He's like, hey, man, message my assistant at da. Tell them where we met up. We'll set up a meeting. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Okay. So then I was all over the moon, bro. I'm like, yo, this is it. Da.
This is 2022?
This is 20...
When I met you, right? Because I think I met you and then I seen you work with something.
No, this is not 2022, bro. This is still 2019. This is end of 2019.
Oh, so before that you...
Fam, I was been talking to this man.
You did the Drake music video
in 2022.
Okay, so before even,
bro, this is 2019. That's when I was. That's the thing. People, you know, bro, it took a minute. So 2019, we finally have a meeting, and at that time I had just shot my second thing. So I showed him that, and I showed him a music video that I did. So a music video that I did, the short film, another short film, and I sent it to him, and I'm like, yo, this is my stuff. Again, I'd love for you to mentor me, da. He's like, yo, I watched them, bro. Yeah, they were cool. But listen, man, like, you know, it's just a hustle. Keep hustling, kid. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing. Just keep making stuff. Whatever, we'll get there. I'm like, damn, all right, cool. And then for the next, 3 years? So 2020, 2021, 2022, every time I'll make something, I'll send it his way. I'm like, yo, I love the meeting. We'll set up a meeting. I'll try to talk to him. He's like, keep hustle. Next thing, I'll make something. I'll send it to him. I'll have a meeting. Show a meeting. Keep hustle. So that was like the thing for 3 years. Finally, bro, January 2022, I'm like, yo, this guy doesn't care about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you keep saying keep hustling. I'm like, fam, like, I'm hustling, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't care about me. It's love. Like, bro, I was like, I bet I'll charge it to the game. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then my agent at the time, she's like, yo, like, I just saw that Director X has a show, Robyn Hood. You should try and find a way to, I tried to get you an audition. It didn't really work. But you should try and find a way to, go behind the scenes. I'm like, oh, love, you're right. So then I message him again, finally. And I'm like, yo, I heard about Robyn Hood. Congratulations. I might be too young to direct, but if I can help in any way, like, please let me know. And then finally he's like, hey man, like, hit me up like in March, April, when the producer is on, and we'll set you up. Oh, bless, say no more. So then in March, I hit him up again, and he puts me in contact with the showrunner or whatever. And then I have a interview, and then the showrunner likes me, and then they book me as the showrunner assistant. So from, I want to say, May until March of next year, 2023, I was working on Robyn Hood, bro. I was just grinding on Robyn Hood, fam. And I went from someone that just was his assistant to like his personal assistant to like giving advice. I'm like, yo, I think we should do X, Y, Z, and him taking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we built such a relationship where he trusted me enough to like, bro, I was directing. I didn't get the credit, obviously, you know how it goes, but I was the one directing. I was the one telling, I think the camera should go here. It became like a school. You know what I'm saying? And then for the next couple months, like I was in the lab, you know what I'm saying? Like seeing different directors, seeing different cinematographers, seeing the way that everything is made, talking to everybody. Bro, I feel like I really leveled up in like the scale of like, what I understand production to be. And that was March 2023, and then that's when we shot Express. So I jumped off that, right? Grinding on my own project. I got the grants, and then we shot March, and that's literally March, beginning of March, I stopped working on Robyn Hood, and then end of March we shot our film. So I went from like,
How did you get the Drake video?
I was already working under him, right, as his assistant and whatnot, and he had to shoot the Drake music video. So then I just told him, like, bro, like, I'd love to be a part of it. He's like, yeah, you're working. I'm like, I mean, yeah, bro, like, I want to work. So then that's really how it went down, bro. I was already in the scene, I was already there, so it's kind of like, just added me along.
I don't know if you remember, we talked about it one time, but you told me about like the pace of everything. Like, it was so, like, everything was on his clock, on Drake's clock, and everything was so intense, hype-it. Like, what kind of, can you explain, because I don't know if I would say it's the highest caliber. Highest caliber is the wrong word. It was probably like, in terms of access, in terms of money, in terms of what could be done, it's probably like one of the most intense.
Drake's set, you mean?
Yeah. Or nah. Just explain, what was like the energy of the environment? What was the energy and like how you just saw and just felt everything?
So, that's a lie. The first time that I met Drake was a year prior, in 2021, where X again invited me out to one of the screening. No, not a screening. There's a music video that we were shooting with the Migos and Drake. I forget the song. Yeah, huh?
You were on the set?
I was on that set. Yeah.
Which video?
I forget the name of the song, bro.
Walking Like a Target?
No. This is 2021. They had a song, like a really big song, like I forget the name of it, bro. Anyways, but it was the Migos and Drake.
Okay, get back. Yeah.
And it never came out because Drake didn't like the music video. Okay. But bro, I was in that music video.
In it?
Yes, bro. Like I showed up on set just trying to shadow X, and X wasn't even there because he had COVID. So I ended up talking to LaShawn Harris, which is another director from Fella. He became like a big bro to me, and LaShawn came to me and was like, yo, me and X were thinking, bro, we're gonna put you in a music video. I'm like, word? I'm in that. You know what I'm saying? Say no more. And then so I was acting as a PA that kind of goes and grabs the Migos. So I knock on the door. I'm like, yo, y'all ready? Like, did you decide who's gonna go first? Right? And then the music video starts. Right? And then so that's the first time I met Drake. The Migos were there. We're shooting all their stuff. And Drake came like way later, bro. Like the man just showed up. Like,
that's what you told me too. Like, it was just man just moved. At that point, you just move.
And the thing is, so I haven't met Drake yet, but like everyone was gonna say like, yo, the boy's gonna come. Like, make sure you're on your shit because the boy's about to come. The boy's about to come. You know what I'm saying? The boy. And me, I'm like, yo, like everyone's kind of like preparing themselves type shit. And I'm like, wait, why? Like, what's going on? You know? And I'm hearing stories. Things like, nah, like when Drake is there, like you gotta, like things should be on there. You should be on your A game. You know?
Do you feel like you separated like, I really don't care, like I'm here to work type thing?
100%, bro. I was kind of like, okay, like why is everyone like, who cares type shit?
The boy.
But then Drake walked in, and my nigga, Yeah.
You felt it?
I felt it.
Some
I
aura
felt it,
type
bro.
shit?
Nah, bro. He walked in, the world went silent, bro.
That's crazy.
The world went silent and everyone was just like looking like da da da. And then me, bro, I've been around a lot of celebrities.
My bad. And X wasn't here at this point?
No, X had
'Cause-
COVID.
Oh, COVID, okay.
So he was on the phone.
So you're just, okay.
So we're supposed to shadow X, but X wasn't here. So now we're shadowing LaShawn,
Okay.
right? And X was on the phone, like telling LaShawn what to do, type shit. So, yeah, bro, I've met a lot of like celebrities in my life, and I don't get starstruck. Like I actually don't care. Like I told you, I don't care. But for some reason, bro, when Drake walked in, maybe because of the hype of like whatever, I don't know what it is, but I was like, yo, like that's Drake. You know what I'm saying?
And this was the Migos video.
This is the biggest video in 2021.
Okay. So when you fast forward to the other one,
Yeah.
that one was that with the audio or no? Or just his own video?
No, this is
all,
just
like,
his own
All
video.
the brides and all the...
Yeah, that's just his own
So
video.
you fast forward there.
Yeah.
What's the energy like now?
So it's the same. I mean, randomly I'm with X one day, like we're kind of driving back from like a thing for Robyn Hood, and he's like, "Yo, I'm about to go to Drake's house. You coming?" I said, "What?" Yeah, I'm gonna show up. You know, so we pull up to Drake's house, and then we walk in. The security guard is there. You know what I'm saying? They're checking. He's like, "Oh, X, what's up, man?" You know what I'm saying? They let us in or whatever. I walk in. Drake is kind of just chilling there, bro. And I'm like, "Yo," and same thing again. I'm like, "Wait, I'm in this nigga's house right now, bro. That's cool." You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Fam. So then X introduces me. He's like, "Yo, like this is my youngin." You know what I'm
Did
saying?
he
Like,
introduce you
whatever.
as Yvonne or Prince?
Yvonne.
Okay.
Yeah, Yvonne. He's like, "Yo, this is my youngin Yvonne. He's trying to be a director too." And Drake's like, "Oh, word? Yo, I have a project. Maybe you could do it." That's what Drake says to me.
Sick.
And I'm like, "Whoa, like
Sick.
I'm in that." You know
That's
what I'm saying?
love, bro.
I'm
That's love.
geeked, bro. I'm like, yeah. Put me on, bro. Yeah, yo, X, you can, monitor or whatever. Like, let me do it, bro. I'm ready. They're like, like I had that youngin energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, whatever, love. And then I'm gonna just fast forward a bit. So then we drive back home, and then like, a couple months go by or a couple days go by, and I talk to X. I'm like, "Yo, X, like, did Drake ever talk to you about that music video he told me?" He said, "Bro, first lesson in the industry, take everything face value, fam. Like, people just love to talk."
Yeah.
And that shit crushed me, bro. I'm like, I thought this was it. I'm like, I do this, bro. I pop off. I da. But anyways, back to your question though about falling back. Yeah, bro. The scale was insane. You know, he flew out like the models, right? He flew them out for like a week. Put them up in hotels. I would take them to lunch every day to make sure they were good, make sure that everything was good. But like it was a no nonsense type of thing. Like 3 models got sent home. Cause like
For what?
they were just being dumb, you know what I'm saying? They were just acting like they were either top shit or they felt like they deserved more attention or whatever, like just ego, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't give a damn about none of that, bro. So you got a bit of ego, you're being
This was
a little
Drake
hard.
or X?
Drake.
Okay.
Drake. It's all Drake. Drake runs the show, bro. No, don't make anyone like lie to you. Like everything that happens, if it's not he's okay, it's not happening, bro. It's just not happening. Even X as the director, whatever, like Drake is the boss, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to his music video and all that. So yeah, any ego, anything of that nature, you're going home. Like and he sent like 3 women home, and yeah, bro. It was just everyone was just on their A game type shit. Like, it was again big production because we're creating a fake wedding and all that.
Not even to like pocket watch, but just like an understanding. Do you have an idea of how much of a budget went into it?
No, bro, I couldn't even tell you.
Could
bro.
you guess?
Bro, easily a couple mils, bro. Like
Off a video?
100%.
Nuts. Where did you shoot? In the city? But where in the city did you shoot it?
What's that one hotel by the Union Station?
Royal York?
Yeah.
Okay.
They shot there.
Okay, crazy.
Yeah. So and then blocked off like like you need money to do all these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah.
You said so. You met Shy the first time when you met Director X.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you first met Shy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shout out Shy.
Shout out Shy.
Love Shy. I bring this up because the last time I seen you before this last Saturday at Soho,
Mm-hmm.
we saw each other at Shy's going away type thing when she went to Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
My energy was off, and I remember when I was talking to you, your energy was just like, you were like in a weird spot too, with everything with like with mortgage, with your career. You said TIFF kind of happened. You're like, I don't know, like it was such a high, and it's like I don't really know what I'm saying. What was that kind of air like for you, and what did you feel like you were being tested with? Because even respectfully, even like Adrissa was like, in that time he's like, I just feel like God or the universe is testing him. You know, like
Testing me, am
yeah, like something like in like you were hitting such a high, you were going, you know, TIFF, all this to happen, you're on your ride, and then even when I saw you, you weren't like depressed or anything, but you were just like stuck.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, TIFF was a monument for me. Like I was excited for it. You had everybody come out. That first show was literally your show, dog.
Yeah.
That first show was like, you heard Express, and I was like, oh, like everyone's here for you, dog.
Yeah.
This is crazy. So you have that. You have, like you said, you have all these accolades. You're doing your thing. You're 20. How old are you now?
25.
Nuts. So you're doing all this, and then at that, it was in March this year, I think, around there.
Yeah, around there.
You're there, and we're talking. I was bugging. I was on my shit. I think I was venting to you too.
Mm-hmm.
But you're talking too, and you were kind of giving it back. You're just like, yeah, man. Like I don't know. Like I'm kind of just, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, What was that like for you, and what's the transition to where you're at now? Because right now, like, you're different energy.
Yeah. It's weird, bro. But like, it's weird, bro. I think after TIFF, the way that my mind works, bro, like I kind of like analyze everything. I analyze everything, bro. Like I'm a big thinker, and because I analyze everything, it's like a superpower. You can see how your actions can affect your future, if that makes sense. Like I've developed like it kind of like hockey, and I don't know if you watch One Piece or whatever, but like it's so funny. But yeah, it's like a superpower where you can predict the future. So I know that if I do push-ups every single day, my body will be XYZ. I know that if I do that, you know what I'm saying? You start to understand how couple behaviors can lead to XYZ in the future. So after TIFF, around that time at TIFF, I had just made a movie that was at TIFF. Like I was working, so I was getting like, you know, good money. I had a girlfriend, like I had my house, like I had everything that I would want. And I saw, although it wasn't at the pristine level of like, oh, like the Oscars or whatever, like I saw how my life right now would be in 20 years. Like I saw myself, although I was at TIFF, I was at the Oscars. Although I was living in Toronto, I was living wherever it is. Although I had a girlfriend, no, I had a wife. No, you know what I'm saying? I like everything in my mind was levitated or elevated to the point where I'm like, this is the peak of like what it is that I want or what it is that I'm reaching for in this life. And after TIFF happened, and my directing trajectory didn't like explode as much as I thought it would have. Like by the grace of God, I got an agent in LA, right? So a lot of great things occurred because of TIFF, and that movie I'm now using to like, you know, put myself in these rooms. So a lot of great things occurred, but at the pace that it happened was not what I expected, and even me with my agent, like they weren't giving me the roles or the rooms that I thought they would be giving me, and all the little things that I thought would happen didn't happen, and in my mind I was already at the peak of what I wanted. Like, you know what I'm saying? I saw myself like I told you at the Oscars and all these things, and then one day, bro, I kind of just woke up, and I'm like, I don't care about any of this. Like I don't care like. And that's a lot. I do want to be at the Oscars, but I don't actually care. That's not my purpose. My purpose is not to win that accolade at the Oscars. My purpose is not to get married. My purpose is not to own like a house. Like it's not my purpose. And if in my mind I was at that level already, and I can look around and be like, bro, I'm not happy. Like then I won't be happy in 20 years if this is what I'm doing, you know. And I think that thought is what was really depressing, because my life has always been about work. So you take away work, what do I have? And that question depressed me.
Yeah, because we were talking, you're like, you even got to the point like, yo, I don't even know if I want to direct anymore.
Yeah.
And then that was the thing too, because it's like, if you take away, if you take away what you do, spoken word, if you take away like your film, whatever, it's like, who are you? Like, who is Yvon?
Yeah.
Who is Prince behind that?
Yeah.
And I feel like,
I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who I was.
so what work did you do to kind of get to, because right now energy is different.
Energy is different, but it's weird, bro. I feel like
you're still in the process?
Yeah, bro. It's not like two things. So one, I did like a whole 180. I went from being an extreme workaholic to no working at all. So the beginning of the year when you saw me and all that, I was kind of just vibing. I was also vibing because I was in the process of moving. right? Like I had my house, but I was trying to, you know, rent it out and whatnot, and I was trying to see if I was gonna go to Vancouver or travel to somewhere. Like for the first time in my life, bro, I was unsure about the future. And that has never happened to me because one thing that people will say like, oh, they respect about me is like I know where I'm going. So the first time in my life, bro, I'm unsure. I don't know if I want to be a director. I don't know if I want to be in Toronto. I don't know if I want to have a girlfriend. I don't know. You know, and that scares me because I always knew. I always knew.
But it's what was needed.
And it's what was needed for the evolution.
That's part of the story.
You know what I'm saying? So then, boom. So then it went from having it all to not knowing what I want to shedding. So then I shed everything, bro. So right now, as you see me, all those things that I had attached to myself, like, oh, Yvonne is X, Y, and Z, I shed all of that. And I'm in the process of rebuilding myself. And I think that's the energy that you're seeing now, because now I'm like looking at it, well, going back to the things that brought me joy, like video games, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing video games again. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hang out with my friends, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find a way to live life.
And do you feel like it's bringing you back to like the love for the directing, the love to other things again?
Yes.
Isn't it crazy? Because it's like to throw it all out, that shedding period. It's like to throw it all out, and then you go back to your roots.
Yeah.
Shit as a kid, video game, like for me, like even like listening to music. Sometimes I watch like. Dog, one time I was even just watching on YouTube. I was like, I just started watching like old Yu-Gi-Oh like episodes. And just, you know what I mean? Just random shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like, nah, like I don't do spoken word. Nah, I don't do MMA. Nah, like the acting thing, it was a one and done. I got lucky with you. Like I'm, like all this shit, I'm like, I'm gonna just throw it away. My relationship, everything you're saying, it's like everything. I'm like, nah, like I'm gonna just toss it and almost like hit full rock bottom. But I think part of the story is like you got to be on your ones, and I've never done it. I've never done it. You know, for like no company in intimacy, no company in friendship, no company in family. Like really, just be on your ones, and it's like it's a rebuild. It's a rebuild and a half, bro. Man. But it's like it's almost like it's unavoidable in the story.
It's needed, bro. It's either you decide to stay stuck and, you know, keep doing the same thing and burn out and destroy yourself eventually, or you pivot. And it was time. I was forced to pivot. I didn't even have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like the way the world just worked out, or the way that the world just worked out. Like I was forced to kind of shed everything. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm in a position where, although. Well, you see, I'm back to work now. You know, I'm sitting down, I'm actually working, I'm writing my stuff because I realized that, I realized that no one is going to come save you. And I think my mindset after TIFF was that I'm saved. You see what I mean? I got my agent now, I got this, I'm good. I've put in the work, because fuck did I put in the work.
You had a safety net.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm chilling now, you know? And that's I wasn't able to like keep that up. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't keep it up because it was a lie. It was just a facade. Like I'm not really saved. Like, and everything that I did to get to this point, if I stopped those stuff, everything would stop. You see what I mean? Like I only got to TIFF because I was working. So what do I expect? I gotta work again. You know what I'm saying? But now the difference, I hope, is that I take time to like breathe a bit more. Yeah, bro, I don't have any real like
My bad. Did you think you were gonna get saved? Like, did you think you had so much momentum going? For instance, you were like, I guess what, 2021?
Yeah.
Did you feel like, nah, like I'm good, like another blessing is gonna happen? No matter, like I'm fine.
There's this thing that X showed me. It's like everyone has like like the world kind of works in cycles.
Yeah. Right?
And to your benefit, if you're in tune with that cycle, you know what I'm saying, life will work to your benefit. And I'm in a cycle where everything was kind of leading up to this year. This year is my year of reaping what I sow. So I was supposed to be grinding, and I had tough years and good years and whatever and bad years and all for this year to be the year that I cultivate everything, right? And last year I was at TIFF. So I'm like, oh man, like if you know what I'm saying, I'm about to whatever. This year's gonna be insane because, bro, like if last year, like which is still a year of kind of planting, I'm at TIFF, I can only imagine what's gonna come this year. And I feel like when the year hit and these things didn't really come, and which is a lie, bro. A lot of great things happened to me this year, but it's like
You just couldn't see it.
as humans being, bro, we're always in a state of
Grass is greener on the other side type shit?
yeah, bro, indifferent. So like, or we always want more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's ever enough.
Yeah.
Like, but so many great things happened to me this year, but I like in my mind, I'm like, that can't be it. And instead of being grateful for the stuff that I had, I was like, well, that can't be it, because I had put into my mind the success is in the money, if that makes sense.
How so?
Because I wanted, like, just to be completely, like, transparent, like, I don't think I'm not financially stable as much as I would want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I have a lot of things into play. My investments are amazing. All these things are amazing, but I'm not liquid. I'm not liquid.
What does that mean?
I don't have, like, cash flow. I don't have, I don't have, like pocket cash, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So my investments are proper, like everything is set on that side, but just like in the now, like just like cash, like, which is a lie. Like I could, but I place things in places that I do not want to touch. So as of right now, like I'm just a little, like, you know what I'm saying, short on that cash. And
all your financial, like, with every bag that you got, is
Yeah.
it all you that, like, distributes everything, or is it your family, or do you have, like, a financial advisor that helps you figure that shit out?
my parents put me in contact with their financial advisor, but it is me. My dad works in finances.
Okay.
So he kind of, like, you know, put in my mind, like, the steps that you should take to make sure that you're safe. You know what I'm saying? So I have, you know, like, money goes here, money goes there, money goes whatever. Like, I have all that in mind. And you have to, bro, if you own properties and all that shit, like, you need to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm so bad with money, bro.
and so am I. But you know why I'm bad with money? It's because I've always had money. So to me, I'm like, bro, who cares? Like, But
That's different, yeah.
But me doing is I understand it to be an energy thing, and I understand that it comes and it goes and it comes and it goes. But I'm learning now to be so much more, like, sacred with it, because the older you get, the more responsibilities you have on your plate. Like, you can't just be as fluid with it. Like, you need to make sure that things are set before you can be fluid. So now I have things that are set, and I'm trying to put myself in a position where I can be free, but I know that I have this amount to be free. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you budget well?
But do I budget well?
Or, yeah.
I don't budget, bro. I just kind of
I am. You Shy. Shout out Shy again. Shy, like...
helped you budget.
No, I mean, she tried, but, like, with the Drissa and I, you know Drissa too. It's like,
Yeah.
she's tried so much, and it's like...
I'm not as bad as y'all, though.
Drissa is a different level.
Yeah,
A Drissa is, I love you, doggy, but that's a different level.
No, he's sick in the head.
That's a different level.
He's sick in the
He's
head.
gonna learn after this next
He
bag.
has to, bro.
You know?
He has to.
Inshallah, but because,
Yeah.
you know, give me money.
Nah.
I need some money. So if you're gonna
he's
toss
sick.
it like that, give
He's
it to me.
sick in the head, for real.
Actually, to bring up a Drissa,
Yeah.
and kind of going back with, like, just this whole shedding period. Like, you have to be on your ones. Like there are certain parts where it's really just you and you know. But how important are your friendships that help you in those blips? Because for me, I guess our mutual one is Idrissa.
Yeah.
Oh shit, like Idrissa. For me, man, that, like, it was him who was voicing things to me. You know, no one's gonna save you. You know him and his rants. You know,
Yeah.
like, he goes out, and it's like, I gave him so much love in the last month when we just linked up again, because it's like him and a bunch of other people, but really him, man. At full rock bottom, it's like I told him, Doug, I can hear your voice. I can hear your rants. I can hear me at your crib showing me love, telling me, you know, Grace, Martin, Grace, you know, telling me all this advice. You know, I can hear his Instagram stories, you know, being all fucking David Goggins and shit, you know? And it's like, how important are for you to have your Dalalis, your Idrissas, your Joshes, your anything like that, while you're doing it on your ones, like you have to, but how important is it to you to just have that access that you can tap into whenever?
I feel like, well, like Idrissa, it's weird. I think the way that we were raised, in my family, and probably Idrissa too, like, we're kind of raised to be super self-reliant, if that makes sense. So although I'm like that person that helps a lot of people, like I don't be asking for help. Like I don't know how, because
That was the first time I needed it. I was like, I was asking you for help with that. I was like, my bad, but you know, I just didn't know what to do.
I don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've always, again, I came from a place of always knowing what I want to, and also just to be like, I feel like my dad is my best friend, by the way. Like my dad is my best friend. I'm so grateful, so honored to have him in my life, because I know a lot of people don't have that father figure, you know? So I have moments in my life where I've hit rock bottoms in the past, and I'll have to call my dad. Like I've cried to my dad on the phone, been like, bro, like the pressure of it all was just too much. And my dad, like, I don't know if I can be like you. I remember one time, this is like I was in my teenage years. Some reason I just started thinking about like the fact that like I'm getting old and eventually I'll have my own family and my own kids and all that. And I started crying because I'm like, bro, like, am I ready? Am I gonna be such a good father like my dad? Am I gonna be enough to protect my family? Like, and I started crying. I called my dad. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I'm ready to like. I think I was 18 now. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to like be a man. You know, and he kind of told me, bro, you are me and so much more. Whatever I did, you'll do 10 times, 20 times more. Like you're good. Don't worry. God is on your side. Like you're da da da. And he kind of calmed me down, right? And he's always checking up on me, bro. So he's a person that's like in my life that, you know, is like my rock. Like whenever I'm like feeling down or whatnot. But it's a weird relationship because I don't like him seeing me down.
Like when they gotta worry for you.
Yeah.
Same with my mom. For me, my mom, I don't have it like that. But yeah, man, the reach out is like, you feel bad because it's like you already know they're stressed. They're getting older.
You don't want to add that, bro.
I know.
You don't want to add that, bro.
There. I fucked up on that because.
You say you fucked up on that?
Yeah, because I just put her, you know, I made her extra stressed. You know?
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. It was very, yeah, those moments where I'm like not in the right mental state or whatnot, like there were points where even my dad would call me and I'm like, no, I'm good. Because I can't. You know what I'm saying? But he can feel that because he's not a dumb man. So he can understand like, you know, when I'm not okay and he'll like, you know, try and like grasp. But I think as we're getting older now, I'm becoming more truthful with them. But as a kid, like there's some things that I'm like, no, dad, you see me in such a pedestal, like I can't ruin that for you. You know what I'm saying? Any type of stress. But now back to like, bro, I cried to Delali and Idrissa.
I cried to Idrissa?
Yeah?
You cried to me too, you know?
Yeah, bro, this guy's always crying with me, bro, this guy. But anyways, no. The other day, I want to say like the other day, like a couple weeks ago, I cried to them. At TIFF. This TIFF, I was in Delali's room, bawling my eyes out, like ugly crying.
Happy
bro.
or?
Ugly crying, like sad, like I was, you know.
At TIFF?
Yeah.
Oh, this last TIFF?
This last TIFF, not last year.
Okay.
This last TIFF. Because we just came back, because again, this year, like I told you, I thought this year was gonna be, I was gonna be another level. And I didn't reach where I have put that pedestal for myself. And it all came down to, oh, you just didn't work enough, which just isn't true. Sometimes, like I said, God was trying to teach me patience. You asked me about this. Why some things that change? I understand that I'm supposed to learn patience right now. I understand that I'm supposed to dive deeper into faith right now. I understand all these things because the truth of the matter is, if I was working, I'd still probably be living at my house. I'd still probably be with my girlfriend. I'd still probably be with all these things because I'd be distracted by work. So the only way for me to grow and learn was to get rid of work. But then that's the worst thing you can do to a workaholic, right? So God intentionally stripped me of the one thing that could force me to not look into my life. Because if I'm working, I'm good. But that's a lie. You think you're good, but you're not good. So he stripped work from me, and I was now forced to look around and be like, bro, outside of work, what the fuck do I have? And that's what led to my growth. But so me and Delali and Idrissa, we just came back from a screening of The Fire Inside that Idrissa is in. And I have like a little part in it too. But, you know, I came from TIFF where everyone was kind of looking at me and like, you're so great. And now, and there's no jealousy, bro. But I was with Idrissa and everyone.
Just like the opposite.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was now on the outside or whatever. And it got me thinking, I'm like, well, bro, like, there's a time where, you know, you were being praised because of the work that you put in. And did you put in work this year? And I'm like, maybe I didn't. And that idea of like, I am fucking up my life was just so much on my head and so much on my shoulders that my best friends could see it. And they're kind of like, bro, like, what's up? Talk to us. I'm like, nah. And I was like, bro, nah. I don't want to do this right now because it's your day. I don't want to make this about me, bro. Please, bro.
You know he doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a shit, bro.
He doesn't give a fuck.
And me, I'm like, no, please, bro. It's your day, fam. I don't. He's like, nah, bro. Like, what the hell? This is what we're here for, you know. And damn, like I'm feeling my heart right now. But then,
I'm feeling that.
yeah.
You're
But
good.
yeah. But
Do what you gotta do.
he was kind of just like, yo, like they were just listening to me, bro. And I didn't even know how much stress I had on my shoulders. I just started talking, you know. And I was just talking. I'm just like, fuck, like I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's the weirdest thing because I'm a very logical person. So I try to like understand things, but I just did not understand what I was doing wrong. I'm like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. But it's funny because I'm not supposed to get it right now. I have an app on my phone called The Pattern. I don't know if you know about this. But it's another app that talks about, like, again, the cycles of life and all that. And apparently I'm in a cycle right now where I'm literally being blocked from escaping. So usually I'm really good at escaping from like my situation and like looking from a, you know, like just a bird's eye view and just looking at my life and looking at my world. But I'm literally being forced to be trapped in my body and to feel everything. And this is the first time in my life, bro. And I just don't, and I'm trying to understand it logically, but I'm supposed to understand it emotionally with my heart. And I don't get it. And I was telling them all this, bro, and I'm just like, fuck, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I don't understand, and da-da-da-da. Like, I didn't think I'd be in this position right now at 25 with you know, like, I don't have, like, my house, I don't have this, I don't have that.
Which is crazy, because you've done bare, bro.
And you just don't see it, bro.
Because the grass is green on the other side.
Fam,
type shit,
you think it's you achieve something, and then it becomes the bar.
Bro,
it's
you've
the bare
done
minimum.
bare. You've done bare, bro. You, Delali, and Adrissa, you three, bro, have, like, one of the most beautiful friendship dynamics I've ever seen. You know, from the York days to now, it's like, yeah, man. You guys are sick. Being with you guys for his fight, I told you, when I left the whip, I was like, bro, I feel so blessed to be around you guys. A bunch of young killers, and you guys are, but, like, yeah, man. So it's like to be able to have that space to just be emotional, be raw, and it's like,
bro.
And Adrissa, man, Adrissa, one of those guys, like, I told him, bro, I really do believe he's like angel sent, he's God sent, you know?
100%.
And he knows it, he believes it too.
100%, he is, bro.
You know?
He is. I'm glad that he can be that for me, and we can be that for each other, you know what I'm saying? Even with Delali and all that, and bro, like...
The I don't get it shit,
yeah.
I could hear his voice when I would go through the same thing too. When I'm like, back, you know, I went back to my parents' crib. I was not supposed to go back to my parents' crib, even if it's for 2 months. Doesn't matter. Like I was not supposed to go back to my parents' crib. I'm back in the basement again, pacing. You know, just like I'm not supposed to be here. I don't get it. I'm cheese, and I could hear Drissa, dog. The only way through is through. The only way through is through.
It's through, bro. Yeah.
You know his face. You know?
I hate that.
The only way through is through.
Yeah, bro.
It's you, dog. You know?
I hate that so
and it's
much.
like,
but yeah.
but he's right.
You know, he's right.
He's right. You know?
He's going back to that, fam. I talked to I talked to my pastor the other day. Well, not the other day, like maybe a while back, because he came to visit my dad. And we were talking, and bro, I stopped him outside. He was going home. I stopped him, like, bro, I need to talk to you. He's like, I'm like, fam, like, I'm the eldest in my family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How many siblings you got?
I got 3.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 brothers and 1 sister. And I'm like, bro, I'm the eldest in my family, and like, I just feel like I should be in a position where, you know, I'm helping I'm giving back. I don't like being a burden. I don't like being the fact that, you know what I'm saying, like I still have to like ask my parents for help and all that. Like I want to be that man that provides. I want to be the provider. I want to be all that. And he looks at me and he's like, bro, you're 25. Why you got, like, relax, patience.
Relax.
And I'm like, no, I get that. But he's like, dude, like, patience. You're still a kid. You know what I'm saying? Be a kid. Patience. Allow God to do what you got to do. Right now, you're putting yourself in positions that you can, like, you're setting yourself up for greatness. You know what I'm saying? Allow it. You're just a kid. The way you're talking, I thought you were 33, 34. And I'm like, bro, like, I just want to help.
Are you comparing it to anybody? Like, are you working with a lot of people who are like in their 30s, 40s type thing?
Yeah, fam.
Even me, it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare, but it's like the job that I was working at, I'm like, I loved them. I loved them so much, man. But it was like they were all in their 30s, 40s, established family, all this and that. I was only supposed to be there for a little bit, you know, stack up a bit, save and dip. But then I got caught up, and then I got lost. And I got caught up. I was like, I'm not supposed to be in this 9 to 5, or it was 5 to 2. But like, I'm not supposed to be in this lifestyle, you know. And it's like, but then I started changing. Like, oh, maybe this is what I'm supposed to be. And then age, you know, I'm like, I hit 27. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Like you know, and I was in the relationship. I was like, okay, I just signed this lease too. I'm like, I guess this is everything that I didn't want to be. I started slowly. I'm like, I guess this is what life is. Like, I guess this is what I'm supposed to do. And then I just had to backtrack. You know, do you feel like you leaned into church, into your pastor, into religion at all at that time? Because me, I started, even with the Judge's uncle, I started pulling up to mosques again.
The Judge's uncle, you said?
Yeah,
no way.
Yeah, legend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I used to go, you know, I used to ask anybody, like bros in elevators, just being like, hey man, this is really random, but it's like, what would you advise yourself when you were 27? And I was just asking anybody and everybody for advice, for help. First time I ever asked for help like that. And it was like, it was Drissa and my other boy Tamir, who I'm gonna see later. They were the first people to like give me that validation. Like, you can ask for help, bro. You know, like you said, like I never knew how to ask for help. So you can ask for help. So did you lean into anything religious wise? Did you have to tap back into God, into your relationship with God at that time?
Yeah, 100%. I think, like I said, I think one of the things I was supposed to learn right now is faith, like greater faith. And my family's very religious.
Yeah.
Very, very religious. So, yeah, I was kind of forced to like get back to the roots of everything that matters in life, you know what I'm saying, which is now spirituality and, you know, and God and love and like
just health and family, dog.
Health and family, bro.
Health and family.
So yeah, bro, it became, and also every time I go back home to visit, I had become the pastor's son again. You know what I mean? Just being around my family and like the way that we talk about God and we sing songs and all these things, like I leave there just so much more of a pastor child than when I'm here by myself. Like it's easy to like strip away that and, you know, become more earthly and whatnot. Not easy, that's a lie. I think I'm still very spiritual and religious, but every time, if you catch me right after I come back from like a stay with my family, like I'm in it, bro. Like the way that I speak, the way that I confess stuff upon people, like, you know what I'm saying, it's so much more heightened. So I went back home for a bit after I rented out my spot, and I didn't have really nowhere to go. I went back to Ottawa and I was there for like I think 2 months, give or take. And yeah, bro, like we just go to church like almost every day type shit. You know what I mean? Like we go to church. I don't know what's it.
You say so? You still do every weekend? You do that thing with your family? You're telling me?
Yeah. So me and my family, we create this thing where every Saturday at noon, we sit down for like an hour or two maximum. It probably goes to 2 every time, and we just talk about our week and we talk about God. So sometimes I'm leading, sometimes my dad's leading, sometimes whoever it is leading, and everyone has their turn to talk about what happened this week, what they expect for next week, what they see for the future for themselves. Beautiful. And then we sing some songs about, you know, songs of praise, and then we read the Bible. So every Saturday we do that, and then Sunday we go to church. When I'm back home, I go to church. When I'm here, I should be listening online. You know, life happens sometimes, it's kind of bad, but yeah. And then every day I do my own thing, you know what I'm saying, where I pray and, you know, and I talk to God, and I have like this a devotion that I be saying, and you'll probably catch me like throughout the day. I'll probably randomly say like merci Dieu, like I'll always be like, oh, thank you God, merci Dieu, whatever happens.
Isn't it crazy how like when you're actually aligned with your God, with God, with whatever, the universe, whatever, that's like when you're so back. That's when
bro.
You really, and it's like, you know, that's what I'm saying. When I was back in my parents' crib and things like that, I was cheesed again. You know, I was just like back in my why God shit. You know, like I don't get it. You know, and it's like, but really, the track that I showed you that I'm gonna be on, it's like I didn't know the difference between surrendering and giving up. You know, and I gave up, and then I surrendered. And people talk about surrendering to Jesus, surrendering to this, surrendering whatever you surrender to.
You have to surrender.
It knows. And there's a difference. And my friend that I just met, she was telling me, she's like, yeah, surrender is vulnerability. She's like, I'm kind of surprised you didn't know there was a difference. You know, and I was like, I just, you know, it took 27 years, but I'm here. And there really is a difference, and there is something freeing of it, but then there's also something that like gives you the freedom to be like, okay, it's back in my hands again. It's written. God has already willed it. The universe has already willed it. Just show up. Just show up.
100%.
Work every day. 2 hands up to start the day. Thank God for every second you get to play. Keep going.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
100%, bro.
You know?
100%.
Does being the son of a pastor, does that bleed into your work at all? Like, does that show up in you as a director in any way whatsoever?
100%. I think just like it affected the type of stuff that I'm intrigued by, right? Where, like I said, like I'm very like I love the human experience, and I love story in general. And the stories only can come. Everyone has a story, right? And the stories can only come from your own experience and the things that you go through in life. So my duty and my goal, I think, has become to be a voice for the voiceless in a way. So I kind of want to talk about or create stories where people don't feel like they've been seen, if that makes sense. And I think that's, you can talk about, well, me being a pastor's child and, want to help the world. I really do want to help the world. And I think my stories do help the world, like show the side of the toxic hustle culture. And I think a lot of people saw that. I saw myself, the toxic hustle culture.
You say toxic?
Yeah.
How'd you say it?
Toxic?
Okay.
What?
No, continue.
I had an accent?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Continue. My bad.
Toxic, no?
Okay.
Was that saying it weird?
Continue.
Okay, my fault, bro. But yeah, no. The toxic hustle culture. And a lot of people were like, oh, I saw myself in this character. And I'm like, yeah, you did, because that's like the culture right now, you know what I'm saying? So, and even my newest film that I'm working on, like, it's about like, family dynamic and all that. So I feel like me being a pastor's kid, like, I've stayed away from like, I speak more about the betterment of humanity, right, in my stories, through the voice and the place of like, of like spiritual and mental elevation, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm not really into like the drugs or like the, what I'm saying, like that quote unquote negative side of the world. But the negative side my negative side is the devil inside of you. Right? So that's the battle that I portray in my stories.
In terms of the battle that you got to express,
Yeah.
You said you got Jonathan and Tariq on either shoulder.
Yeah.
What's the balance like that for you right now in terms of, I got goals and, relax, bro, you're good?
What is the balance between them, bro?
Like, where's the balance at with you right now? Because like you said, you're back. You know you want to work, but you also know, like, everyone said, you breathe. You're good.
Okay, so here it is. I'll give you, I've realized that I actually burn out a lot more than I've realized, you know what I'm saying, in my life.
How'd you realize that?
Because now that I'm more in tune, or because I'm being forced to be in my body, I feel it so much more, right? And I'll give you my week, for example, just to show you like the way that my life is being set up right now. Last week, Monday, I had, I think, maybe 3 or 4 meetings. Like, I had a meeting with like an agent. I had a meeting with a producer, and then I had to go to this like pitching event. So Monday was a work day. See what I mean? And then I had a panel at night. And then I came home and I did an audition. So Monday was a work day, right? So then Tuesday, I did nothing but play. I was on my PS5 from when I woke up at 8 a.m. to like 2 a.m. in the morning. I just played. But then Wednesday was a work day. I said, like, it wasn't supposed to be a work day. I was still gonna like, play a little bit of whatnot. But then I sat down, I was on my computer, and I'm like, well, bro, like, you kind of, you know what I'm saying, grinded, like, whatever. You played all of yesterday, and I was kind of like forced to work, if that makes sense. So then Wednesday became a work day, and I from like whatever it is till about 8 p.m. at night, I was working, bro, locked in on my project, right? And then I played it, and then at the end of the day. But then I played so much that I played till the AMs again, which wasn't very smart, but it happened. And then on Thursday, I had a couple meetings, whatever. But then I kind of like relaxed a bit, right? Because I worked.
So you just...
So that's the thing. I'm kind of like flowing like that, yeah. And so I think that's the way that I'm balancing it now, where before it be work. Bro, I remember one time I told you just on my schedule. In 2022, I set up a schedule for myself. Wake up, and to this day, if you go on my phone, you see the reminders. But wake up, go to the gym. By 9 a.m., you're working. From 9 to 12, you're working. You take a break from 1 to 3. From 3 to 6, you're working. And then again, you take a break. And then from 8 to 9, you're working. And then you go to bed. I did that every single day from January 1st until, I want to say, May.
Did you feel like you were healthy doing that?
Nah, bro, I was fucking depressed.
Did you feel like you had to do it
I had to, 100%.
Were you a Kobe fan growing up?
Was I a Kobe fan? I am, yes.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like
there's a time and place for everything.
there is, right?
There's a time and place for everything.
Because you also need a rest.
Fam,
Dog, when I was
fucks me
fighting,
up.
that's how I fucked up my knee. That's how I fucked up my knees, double surgeries, all that. It's like you
Whoa.
had like the mentality of like, nah, like champions gotta train through everything, and you do. Like you gotta push, you gotta.
Yeah.
Like, but there's a time, and it takes time for you to realize your body, know what works for you. But it's like even Adrissa, like I'm glad he has a coach now where it's like, yo, like. Your fight's in 2 days. Like
Yeah.
you don't need to do these sprints and runs today.
Yeah.
But it's like you have such a not even insecurity. You have such a locked in mentality that you have to do this,
Yeah.
or else you won't get to that point.
Yeah.
And there's a balance because it's like sometimes you do need to do more, but sometimes you also gotta learn your body and just be like, yo, relax.
And keyword is learn your body, bro. Because like I think the world is not equal. Let me say that. The world is actually not equal, and there are people out there that don't.
LeBron?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else. My bad.
What
Continue, my
did you
bad.
think I was gonna say?
Like in terms of like gifts and hard work, like LeBron's at a different level of what you could do in this
I
life.
see what you mean, but
And
yes,
not just gifted. I mean, like with what he has as a body, as a
Yeah,
person,
yeah,
as
yeah.
a mind, as a soul, as
Yeah.
a soldier of God, plus his work ethic.
Yeah.
It's like you're on. That guy could. If that guy got into fighting, bro. If that guy, you know what I mean,
with
would
the
just
same
murk everything.
Same mind. No, 100%,
Everything.
100%.
But yeah, my bad.
But you're right though, and what I wanted to say was exactly that, in the sense that like there's some people out there that just actually do not have to work as hard to achieve the things that they want to achieve. They just don't have to. And funny enough, I'm one of those people, you know what I'm saying? Like where I actually do not need to be in the lab 24/7 to receive what the Lord has in store for me. Like I'm just the way that I am. Like things actually just naturally come.
And
to
not
me.
even cocky. Like you're
Not even
self-aware.
cocky.
You
Yeah,
know what
like
it is. I know what you
not
mean.
even on the cocky scene, but just kind of like, for example, bro, like the reason why I am the way that I am right now is because like in school I never had to try. I didn't care, but I was getting A's. Right? That's what I mean by like I don't have to, like some people would have to sit down and like study nonstop to receive those, but I didn't have to. So
I hated kids like you, bro.
I am so sorry, but you know what I'm saying? That's just the way that I am. But that also goes into my work, right? It just so happens that I was raised in a household where I have to work. You know what I'm saying? I was told that working is work, and obviously you can't beat work ethic beats natural talent any day. But I have to realize that because I'm blessed enough that things do come naturally my way, like I don't need to put myself and my body and my mind through the gutter to receive those things. I'm allowed. I actually work better when I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm allowed.
I'm allowed, literally. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the shift I think that happened in my mind, where I went from a scarcity mindset where I'm like, bro, you gotta to like, no. Breathe, bro. You know what I'm saying? When and it's a balance. It's a balance. But
That's
when
why I ask you, Tariq and Jonathan, where's your balance? Tariq and Jonathan
Yeah.
right now. Where's your balance at now?
I think I'm it's very hard to shake off Tariq. It's very hard because that's
He runs the show.
He runs the show. But I allow Jonathan to play now.
You
There
hear
you
his
go.
voice more.
I allow him to play, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because before he'd be shut. For example, in that year in 2022, when I was like hustling, like there are moments, bro, and I'm gonna be so dead ass with you, where I'll wake up and I'm literally like, oh my god, like I cannot do this today. Shut up.
But I have to, right? That's right,
You know what I'm
right?
saying?
Right.
And that's Tariq pushing away Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? And it was needed because that's the only way that I could finish my project on time and all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's you're hurting yourself. But then like my dad has a thing that he says like, well, like pain is growth at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's a balance, bro. Everyone is different.
It takes time, and it's gonna change.
And it's going to change,
especially as your body changes, as other things, the schedule changes. It's
100%.
like, and now it's like
there are moments to grind and there are moments to rest, bro. And it's about realizing those moments in yourself.
In the future, with the experience you've had of being in relationships while your career is popping off,
yeah,
how do you feel that you're gonna balance a relationship in your career? How did you and how will you?
I think it's just will have to be about the type of person I end up with. You know what I'm saying? I can't be with someone. Not that I've been in the past. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
I hear you.
all the women that I've been with, like in a serious relationship, bro, were amazing, and they only added to my life. I always say that. But I feel like, yeah, just the type of woman that I'm with. Like, I need to be with someone that can understand that there are moments where I just cannot give you my undivided attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are moments where, like, I just have to be locked in, and you need to understand that that's just that period in my life right now. And then there are moments where I have more free time, and I can be XYZ, you know? So I really need someone that's not codependent. Because, like, I feel like if I'm with someone that's codependent, like the way that my mind works, the way that my heart works, like, I want to make sure you're good. So if I have to worry about you being good, like, it's taking away from me doing what I gotta do for myself. You know? So I really need to be with someone that's like she doesn't need me in her life. She's doing what she gotta do, but I don't need her in my life. I'm just doing what I gotta do, but we're kind of just adding to each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like a partnership as we grow, as we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's really the type of woman that I need to be with in my life. Someone that can understand that I need time to be on myself, on my ones, and I can, you know, grind. Not even to be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out here in the streets. I'm really not. But like I need to focus, right? And then when the time comes that it's time to, like, you know, yeah. I don't know if I respond to your question.
Did 2 more questions.
Yeah.
Because I just seen the time. We're good. We're good. I know, but hold up. I got to dip for something. But we're good. Okay, my bad.
Okay.
What's one thing from Director X that one of the best advice or lessons you've learned from him as a person and as a director? So I guess that's 2 questions in one.
As a director, he's very focused on the story. His story over everything and anything. So if it doesn't serve the story, you have to drop it. And he has taught me, he becomes a different person when the time comes, if that makes sense. He taught me how to, like, control a room, if that makes sense.
How so?
So, like, I feel like as a director, like, people feed off your energy, and if when you're on, they feel it. When you're low, they feel it. They feed off your energy. But there are moments in time where, like, you'll be in a position where the time is not on your side, or money's not on your side, or things are not on your side, or things are not whatever, and you just gotta lock in, you know. And I feel like Director X is really good at locking in. So, like, I call it a dictator side. I saw that in him, where it's like there are moments where you can see that the energy or the world is kind of like cracking down. So he'll turn into a dictator, like, bro, enough is enough. We gotta work. Let's get to it. You
With his voice.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can see the shift in the energy of the space, where now everyone's locked the fuck in, and we're doing what we gotta do, and we ultimately receive the date.
Respectfully, do you think people respect that or fear that, and do you think it matters?
I think they fear it, but I think that fear comes with respect, if that makes sense.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. And it doesn't matter because in the end the product comes out the way it should.
This product, you could be the nicest person in the world, but if you got a shit content, bro, you're never gonna get hired again. You could be not the biggest dick, but if your work is good, your work is good. Now, I don't think you should be a dick in general, but, like,
not that he's a dick.
Not that he's a dick, but now the product speaks for itself. So you can really be whatever, as long as you have good products. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the person that's more enjoyable to be around will be the one that's hired more. You know what I'm saying? But if the person that's more enjoyable does shitty work, it doesn't matter if you're enjoyable. You know what I mean? If you're not getting your days, you're not getting your days. We're not getting you back. You see what I mean? So it's like a balance. Again, it all goes back to that balance. But I genuinely believe you need both sides inside of yourself. You need to be able to be like, haha, yeah. And you'd be like, okay, let's enough of the games, let's get to work.
Yeah.
You know? And X is very good at, it's enough of the games, let's get to work. You know what I mean? But I feel like people can talk about the way that things are done and whatnot, but he has his way of doing it. I have my own way of doing it. But one thing I can respect and retain from him is his ability to control the room.
And then the other half of that question,
Yeah,
what have you learned as a person, as a man?
I've learned a lot as a man, bro. From him,
Say what, it doesn't have to be one.
I've learned so much as a man, bro. He's genuinely has become such a mentor to me. But like, the most recent thing that comes to mind that I can talk about is just like his idea of like. So as being Director X, like he's had a lot of like assistants, a lot of people in what's it called, his life and whatnot. To like that controls like sections of his life, you know what I'm saying? Like his scheduling or like the things of that nature. And he kind of taught me, he's like, bro, like by having all these assistants and all these things, you're kind of actually giving a little bit of your power away. But as a man, you need to restrain. You need to be as much as in control as possible for yourself and your growth. You know what I'm saying? Like the more you give away, the more you turn into like a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't have to worry about the big stuff. Like, someone's dealing with it. I can just focus on the creative, which is good and all, but it divides you a bit. So he's teaching me right now about the idea of like taking care of your affairs, if that makes sense.
Like within a set?
Well, no, in life.
Okay, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, in life in general, like you should be able to control. You should be in the know of everything that's going on in your life. And even, bro, funny enough, even like we talk about even women, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll be like, bro, like you need to attain things from a man's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like be grounded. But like if you, for example, if you like someone, like tell them you like them. Like don't play these games of da. He's like, so he's giving me a very like mature perspective on life and the way that the world works. You know what I'm saying? Like he noticed that I can be very nice, too nice. This is not about women, it's just in life in general. And he's like, well, if you're really, really nice, people will take advantage of you. So he's been showing me little places where it's okay to like, you like just make sure. Again, coming from a perspective that I've been very like caressed as a kid, like, and I have a very like light view of the world. He's like showed me that no, like Yvonne, like not everyone has your best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? So he's been very like grounding in a sense, just showing me the reality and also showing me what life can be. Because like being with him, he's put me in positions and put me in places where I'm like, wait, this is a thing?
You just see it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is like he's showing me my future in a way. Even outside of work, he's just showing me what is attainable for me. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Even being here. And I feel like, yeah, bro, that's such a beautiful thing. And I'm so grateful for him because as an individual, as a person, as a director, as an artist, like I've taken so many more steps that would have taken me so much longer if I wasn't with him. You know what I'm saying? So
you got
love that man,
you got that mentor relationship with him. You got that father-son relationship is a little bit too crazy. I don't know about that.
With my dad or with X?
With X. I'm saying that's a little bit too crazy to say. So do you think you have a friendship with him?
I do.
Okay.
I do think I have a friendship with him, yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I do think I have a friendship with him.
Yeah, bro. Shout out Director X, legend. Shout out Operational Prefrontal Cortex.
Yes,
shout out this at the AGO. I don't know if you can see it on screen.
Nah, they can't.
Damn,
hear it,
the orb. Anyways, but shout out Director X.
Yeah.
Last question, doggy.
Yes, sir.
As a director and as a man, what do you want to? What do you want your fingerprint to be here on this earth? What do you really want to do with directing, and what do you want to do? What do you want to leave behind?
As a what I want to leave behind.
What's your impact?
Me and Idris have talked about this the other day, actually, but I think.
Okay, battery died. Continue the question.
Yes, sir. Ask again.
What is your impact? What is your goal, your mission as a director? And as a person, what do you want to leave behind on this earth? What is your real intention with everything?
Yeah. So, as a director, I want to be recognized as someone that helped like unlock people's potential through my work. And what I mean by that is that I was able to help them either heal, help them either reconnect with their divinity, either, realize that they have the power to achieve and create whatever it is that they desire for themselves in this world. So those are the type of films that I want to make, that I will make for people in this life. And as an individual, bro, I just hope that I become a person of the world, and I mean I see my life being someone that travels the world, you know, experiencing different cultures and different people, and you know, every time that I leave a place, like I leave it better than I left it, than I came. So whether it be like, you know, planting something or helping, even the smallest thing, like someone on the street that I just talked to for a bit, like I just want to be able to be like, when people think of me as an individual, like, well, he was a light and a beacon in this world. So my work will help unlock their mind to understand that they can do whatever it is that they desire. And as a being just in the world, I will connect with people that will find me to be a beacon of light that can like just bring that peaceness, or that bring that like serenity, if that's the word I can use, you know what I'm saying, like peacefulness, and like just help them like yeah, reconnect with their divinity in their lives. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, dog, for being the first one on this, bro.
Yes,
appreciate
man.
you, bro.
It was beautiful, bro. It was absolutely beautiful.
Mr. Jerk.
Yes, sir. Please.
Mr. Jerk there's a franchise. I say right now, Mr. Jerk has the best jerk pork in the whole city.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro. I'm excited for you. Always got bare love for you. Thank you for believing in me in Express.
It's just the beginning, bro.
I hope we work again. Truly,
We definitely will.
I feel like it'll be good.
Man. We definitely will.
I just gotta hop on the belief on it.
Yeah,
you know, inshallah, either characters or play. That'd be sick. You know.
Yeah.
But I guess the best way to end it off. God is good all the time, and all the time.
God is good, man.
MashaAllah.
God bless you, bro.
Subhanallah. Love.
Love.
Let's go. Alright. Aye.
Okay. That was that, bro.
We did that. That was blessed.
It was proper, no?
That was good.
Yeah.
I liked it because we got comfortable, like, real quick. Kind of started off like we're just talking, and we're bored.
Whoa, 98
I
minutes.
told you, doggy, and I knew it was going to be 2 hours, an hour and a half.